Attention, everybody. The views and opinions expressed on the show are not necessarily those of Acts Ministry, Acts Media Group, and or their affiliate and subordinate ministries and or nonprofits.
Yeah.
Good morning! Coming to you live from Acts Media Group headquarters here in beautiful Springfield, Missouri. It's The Morning Drive with Matt and Jay with your hosts, Matt and Jay. Johnny Rooster will be coming on to the show here in just a little bit. I apologize for the sleeveless shirt. I don't have a shirt in my car. I should have left one in there. I wore this to work last night. So I'm sitting here. You guys got free tickets to the gun show today. Don't make me do the beach ball thing. If you see my beach ball, it's like this big around. Anyways. So yeah, Jim, I'm sorry. I don't have another shirt to put on up here. I need to keep a couple of shirts up here just in case. All right. So good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Morning Drive with Matt and Jay. My name is Matt.
My name is Jay.
We're glad to have everybody on board with us today. Today's Tuesday, the 9th of June. Already the 9th of June.
Yes.
Can you believe that?
Mm-hmm.
That's muy loco.
The results are in.
The results are in. We'll be
what results?
The auction results and the winner results for the competitions from last week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we should have done this yesterday.
You know, I thought the Sandwich Saint competition was so intriguing.
It was fun.
It was so interesting.
Steve O'Mick, it was interesting. Jim Whining came in here talking smack from start to finish.
He did, and he got smacked is what happened.
Yeah, he's like, well, I got this is just the winner. You guys may as well just pack all your stuff up and not even make your sandwiches and go home.
It was so much fun.
Now, and I'll admit, I mean, his sandwiches looked great. I mean,
yeah.
They looked like you could use them as buildings. They were big.
Yes. I thought about moving in.
But yours were delicious. I've
had a few since for confirmation.
Yeah.
They were good. It was so good.
Yes, they were. The balance, the vinegar and oil was perfectly balanced along with the cheese and the, Asiago. You and I featured Asiago.
It really does taste different if you build it differently, too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, which is interesting that it could be so different.
Well, I mean, you got to figure it also, the bread gets soaked if you put the vinegar and oil in the wrong place.
Well, if you put all the cheeses together on top of the mayonnaise, I think it tastes better.
Really?
Yeah.
On top of the mayonnaise.
Yep. And then you put the
vegetables like
the vegetables on top of the cheeses, and then you put the
vinegar and oil.
The seasonings on top of the vegetables, and then the vinegar and oil on top of that. And on the other side, you put the mustard with the meats.
Now, if you would have been able to toast the bread, that would have made them even better.
You know, I don't know. The soft bread.
Yeah, because, I mean, Bill Kitchen, I think was his name.
No, I don't know.
It was Bill Kitchen.
Oh, yeah, Bill Kitchen.
The chef.
What was his restaurant? I can't remember.
Center Stage.
Was it Center Stage?
Yeah. And it's basically they have live entertainment throughout the whole thing.
We need to go there. Yeah.
He says, well, I asked him about that one lot that okay, so I asked him about that particular lot number 641.
Oh, yeah.
And he said Pam bought. And then he said, I am silent about the sad sandwich results.
Yes.
And I think he said am. Oh, yeah, I read that as am, not an. But his sandwich was delicious. I couldn't eat the bread. I didn't get to try the bread. But I did eat the guts out of sandwiches that he made.
And there was a lot to eat.
There was a lot to eat. It seemed like Jim was he was all talking about the pickles too that were on there.
Yes.
Yeah, pickle slices. It was a very beautiful sandwich. And it looked, massive.
It looked like a sandwich tree pickle accident.
Yeah.
Volkswagen sandwich pickle tree accident.
Or a bus.
Volkswagen bus.
Volkswagen, no, just a bus, like
Bus.
a
Well,
bus.
it's so rounded, though.
Yeah.
It's rounded like a Volkswagen.
I guess it could have been a hippie bus.
Volkswagen.
Man.
It was a hippie bus.
A Volkswagen.
Yeah.
I think that's a
Yeah.
Volkswagen.
That's right.
Yeah, sure.
That's right.
Wait, no, that's what do they
I
call
don't
it?
even know what we're
That
talking
would
about
be
now.
that would be Switzerland, I think.
We got distracted.
But dude, we got distracted.
We got
It
distracted.
was fun though. It was really fun. I had a blast.
It was fun. I did too. I thought the smack talk made it better.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't make the sandwich
look
better,
Look at last year
but it made the
with the talent competition, right?
Yeah.
Tanner started talking smack the night before.
Yeah. We videoed it.
Yeah,
Put
we
it
did.
on.
You could probably still find it there somewhere.
Probably still find it.
Don't worry, Steve. We're going to get the results here directly. Julie Suter, welcome to the party. Scott says, hello, family. Love you guys. We love you, too. Be sure and like and share these videos, folks.
Yes.
It helps us out a lot.
Share them with somebody specific that you think the content would benefit or that they would enjoy, because that would really help us. What we need to do is expand our audience by 10 times.
Yeah.
So what we really need to gain the support that would support what we are already doing, we need 150,000 viewers to have the regular support that would do it.
And we would be able to get sponsors a lot easier if we had 150,000 viewers.
A month, yes.
Yeah.
And right now we're at 15,000, so
Yeah.
10 times. And that what it takes to do that is share this with someone specific, because our viewership isn't very high.
That changes
Facebook
the
limits,
algorithm, too.
Yeah, and Facebook limits the number of people who get to see it. Even if they would be interested in the content, they don't really get it. So in order for people to get the content, you would have to like it and share it, and then share it with a specific person on your friends list who you think would be benefit it or would have something to contribute, who might comment, or have a perspective that we don't. Those
Right.
would all be really, really helpful things. We need to expand our audience.
He said Jason's sandwich was evidently so good that I never had a bit. He might have been bit.
A bite.
A bite. A bite. Oh yeah. The results are posted. The results of this are posted on Facebook and on axmediagroup.com. That's one of the first things you see is like the winners, and then the whoever won the auction. Which, I mean, it was fun.
It was.
I had a blast,
I auctioned. I bid on 2 things
and you got them both.
and got them both.
So, and, and if we have stuff left, I was going to talk to Jim about this. Maybe, like you said, maybe feature one product a day and see if we can't get people to bid on them, and still, since they're left over, and still get the donation.
And check out what we have.
And
We
a
have
gift
such
for that
nice
donation.
stuff. See, the way I did it was I looked at the things that we had. One thing I knew probably would be a good gift for somebody that I knew.
Yeah.
Then the other thing I knew somebody had said they wanted.
Yeah.
And I had this much money.
So Jaden
So
wanted a stuffed
Yep.
teddy bear,
Yeah.
and you won it for her.
Yep.
And that was great. Jaden was a sweetheart.
Yeah.
Her whole family, they were very helpful. They were here all the time. And then, the jam session was a lot of fun, too.
Yeah.
I don't think Tanner's used to playing with people.
Now at Crosswalk of Hope, Miss Becky, between her house and the rental, living accommodations, has this beautiful garden. It's amazing. It has a waterfall that comes out of one of those metal tin tubs. It's a big, a trough tub.
Like the koi pond type of deal?
Yeah, and there's a bunch of big fish in there, and it's
Those
a
are
beautiful
koi.
garden with flowers and everything. And it's sort of like a corner of Silver Dollar City, if you were to imagine something like it.
Serene.
Just like a corner of Silver Dollar City, kind of a rustic, old country, Midwest landscape, and it's really neat. And I thought the colors of this bird bath were really good for that, and so I bid on that.
Yeah. So the results are as follows.
Yes,
I'm going
let's
to go
hear
ahead
it.
and say that now. Got the auction winners first. I looking at this list, I know that a lot of things did not get auctioned off.
Yeah. So what about those dolls? I'm surprised. I think just the right people just aren't getting to see them.
No.
I gotta put the word out there at work for those, because I know that there's a lot of people with young children who have girls who love. Isn't that the girl from Frozen?
I think so.
And she actually sings or talks or something.
Oh, I don't know. It's possible.
Yeah,
She's always asking if you want to build a snowman.
beautiful doll. It's a beautiful doll.
All right, so where are the winners? Winners.
There's some
winners, chicken dinner.
Mickey Mouse stuff. I don't know if that stuff sold. Some Disney
Here
stuff.
we are.
Hey, it's great stuff.
Boy, the sandwiches on these things are like the pictures on these the
Are you looking
events.
at the what? Did they post the pictures of our sandwiches?
No, it's just it's a picture of, obviously it looks like an Italian sub or something with big oats on the bread and stuff. So the Axe Fest Springburg Sandwich Saint winner for 2020 is Jason Cobb.
Woo! Yay me!
Um,
I won. I beat Jim. Didn't he come in last?
I don't know. He didn't post the actual runners up and stuff like that.
I'm sorry, Jim. I was teasing you.
The Axe Fest Telethon Best Show or Program winner for 2020 is, it says Better Living Live, but that's actually Brighter Living Life. Hosted by Steve McAllister. And that's where each individual, we narrowed it down to a clip of each and got about a 3-minute clip of each show, and that was the best one. His testimony show was great.
Yeah.
The Axe Fest Telethon Talent Show winner for 2020 is Ladina Boo of Stockton, Missouri, where she played her accordion while the cows watched. I'd say played her accordion until the cows come home, but the cows were already home. And they weren't moving at all. Anyways, they were they were like looking at her like, what's that? Oh, that sounds pretty nice. You can have the dialogue in your head while she's playing. Is really funny. The Axe Fest Telethon 2-minute message winner for 2020. That's where the contestants submitted a 2-minute message, and it could have been a pastor, could have been whoever could have put a 2-minute message out there. You did one.
Yep.
Dad did one. A lot of people did them.
You did one, didn't you?
No, I did not. No, I was busy recording everybody else's.
Yes.
I didn't really think. I really didn't think about doing my own. I didn't, and that was the winner was Billy Burris, which he was great to work with too.
Billy Burris was.
Yeah, he came up here. We had to restart over once, and then he just went right through it. And he's like, "All right, see you later," and then he was gone. He just disappeared.
No trouble at all, that guy.
No, none. And usually musicians and stuff are a pain. I'll say this because I'm a musician, I know. And you're a sound man, you know. Musicians are a pain. We're picky, prima donna, Not everybody is apparently, but a lot of them are. They have a certain way they like to do things.
Jaden wasn't.
No, Jaden was not. Jaden was just like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
And I think it's funny that, my son was...
What was she like again?
Okay, whatever. Now, church or ministry music winner for 2020 is Jaden the Board.
Woo!
Woo! The ones like, oh, whatever. Jaden, not like whatever, but like, okay, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
wanting to help out, do whatever.
Yeah.
Eager to help.
Your impersonation was so close, spot
Yeah,
on.
I
I
know,
thought
right?
she was here. I had to look at the door.
All right, so we got if you're just now tuning in, now you can look at all these results on axemediagroup.com.
You can actually watch the show.
Yes, you can watch all the shows. Every one of them is up there now.
Yeah.
And they're a lot of fun.
Tanner Gibbs did his own song.
Yep. And then for the talent show, he
Amazing.
did he do the same song he did? No, he didn't do the same song he did last year. He did that song
Hold on. Or slow down.
Slow Down. Wait a minute, right?
Slow down.
Smell the Roses. He should call that Smell the Roses.
I think slow down's a good name for it. I'm with him. I gotta say
Of
I
course,
agree.
it's his song. So
Well named.
artistic license. Artistic license.
Artistic.
Musical license.
It's
as Dad would
artistic,
say.
Matt. Hey, Matt, it's artistic.
Okay, so we had item number 608, the 2 Dutton Theater tickets.
608 to
Jim Whining purchased those. Lot number 610, that's where you can have one 30-minute show all to yourself. Looks like Kevin Kilmurray won that one. Now the 612, the Tinker Bird Bath. Jason Cobb got that one.
Yes.
The Stuffed Bear.
Yay.
Jason Cobb.
Yes.
Mickey T-shirt. Pam Whining. I'm going to try and figure out if I can
It's Johnny.
talk Pam into selling me that
And Miss
basket
Johnny.
that she paid for. It's Mrs. Rooster. Don't worry about the water
Is
on
somebody
the
else
floor.
behind you?
You're clean. That my son's here.
Uh-huh.
Come on in. Now I'm here.
And Mr. Rooster Jr.
Oh, that's all stuff that was bid on for the telethon. We got a spot open for you right here, Mr. Rooster.
It's-
right here.
And Rooster, he brought Rooster Jr.
The junior rooster.
Little Rooster.
He wanted
Here comes a little rooster.
He looks like he's not ready to be up and out of bed yet.
He was rudely awakened this morning. Hi, everybody. Johnny
Rooster in the house.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it has been. We got
Is-
one more show left before we need you to record some more.
I realized that, and we got to get that going.
You got a new time slot.
We got bumped into
Friday.
prime time.
Yeah, primetime Friday
You
before
got that, right.
before the happy hour.
I didn't see the billboards on the interstate, but I know the word is out.
The
Working.
word is out. Yes.
Yeah.
So my youngest son Malachi, he was sleeping peacefully, and when he was rudely awakened this morning, and I
He
said,
looks like he's a little tired.
"We're moving on."
Are you tired, Malachi?
He's
He's
ready-
about to fall asleep
Yeah.
already in
Yeah,
that
yeah.
wicker basket chair.
Those are comfortable.
I gave
chairs.
him an orange for breakfast, and he said he wasn't hungry.
Mm.
But if I saw an orange, I probably wouldn't feel hungry either.
Yeah.
Well, I
I
don't
like
get hungry
orange.
that much anymore because on this health and wellness program that I'm on.
I heard that you are seeing some incredible.
17 pounds, and this is day 12.
Good grief! The last I heard, it was 10
Yes.
pounds.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
good.
Mrs. Rooster's here. She could be on, telling her story. All right, go ahead with.
Anyways,
You were saying the results are in.
we
so-
had 2 Grand Country tickets.
Yes.
2 Grand Country tickets. 2 Grand Country tickets. So 6 total.
Yes.
4 of them went to Becky Code. And that's Grand Country. I think that's a Grand Country Theater. And then 2 of them went to Pam Whining. And then Billy Bob's Dairy, 2 baskets.
2 baskets.
Billy Bob's Dairy,
What is that?
2 baskets there.
I gotta go
Baskets
see
of
what
food
that
baskets.
is.
Food baskets.
Yeah, but it's a dairy. You can go
Becky
like
Code got
get
that one.
stuff.
And then the Ozark Mall basket, which is the one I wanted. I was.
Do they have ice cream?
I
and
really
cream
didn't get a
cheese?
chance to vote on anything because I was running all this stuff here.
Billy Bob's is on 76.
Yeah.
It's a hamburger and ice cream place.
Yeah,
Hamburgers
and that's.
ice cream.
I don't need those because those are.
Yeah, I know. I imagine you can get it on a plate without a bun.
You probably can. But
Wedge-
what about the fries? What the
Wedge
fries?
it between 2 lettuce leaves.
Yes, you could do that. You could roll it up in lettuce.
Most places will give you stuff without the bun. I
Yes.
know I went to a particular one that had really good roast beef sandwiches, and I got one of their roast beef sandwiches without the bun, and they gave it to me in a bowl. So it's basically a bowl of meat and a little bit of cheese.
Which must have been good.
It was not bad. It was not bad. I was craving something like that day, and it worked out good. And I actually, I can't believe how much my stomach has shrank
I miss the sandwich shops from back home. Oh, dude, so
because I ate that one little bowl of stuff, and then I got some steamed cauliflower.
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 You got the cauliflower, huh?
And I couldn't eat it all. Couldn't eat
all the cauliflower.
So you are reading a list of
Yeah, the auction
items that were
actually sold.
yes.
Or not sold, but
bid on
donated,
and
donated and gifted to people with the highest donation.
Yes.
Yes.
So, remember, there's that. You can watch all these shows.
And I was remembering, I've been at work in the morning, but it's been fun tuning in here and there to see what was going on, and Dr. Paul on his birthday, etc. You had a lot going on this last week.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to catch up on our
And Jim on the air doing Jim, the doctor, Dr. Whining.
Dr. Whining.
Okay, everybody, I'm going to
He
catch
was
up.
sure whining about that sandwich competition.
Yes, fierce competition.
Yes.
It was
It was a lot of whining.
I've noticed you've stepped up your.
He was wound up.
I think Mr. Cobb has stepped up his humor game in my absence.
Oh no, he's always been like this. You
this.
just happen to be here on days where he feels very passionate about stuff.
Yes.
Well,
when
we
you're-
have had a lot going on. in
Yeah.
the-
Yeah.
When you're triggered.
Good job, Jay.
Yeah,
Julie
triggered.
says woohoo.
I'm always-
Yay.
When you're
Congrats. That's amazing, Matt Pearson. Thank you. Susan
Matt
Burrows,
Pearson
good
is
morning.
amazing.
Good morning, Steve. Good morning, Susan. That's what Julie Suter says. Steve McAllister says, with French fries and a pickle and a drink. That's what the baskets are. Okay. Steve Schultz says, hello, Steve. And a cheeseburger, too, Steve McAllister says. Julie says, good morning, Philip. That's Steve Schultz, if you hear us say that. Hi, John Cockcroft. That's what Steve O'Mickey Mac says. And Julie Suter says, that was a really bad rooster crow.
Did I crow?
she just said,
Oh, that's what that was. Gotcha.
yeah.
Love it. That's great. That's great.
Other people, I've not copywritten my rooster crow, so they can do whatever they want.
I mean, if that's the case, every farm in the nation is going to owe you royalties.
Every
Yes.
rooster can crow
All it wants.
whatever they
Just
want to
pay
do.
up. Just pay up.
They have artistic license, you know.
The reason
Oh,
they
right,
call
yeah.
me Rooster is because my last name's Cockcroft, and Rooster-Roft doesn't sound very...
No.
Right.
And they call roosters cocks.
And it's not very radio-friendly to just
No.
say Johnny Cock.
Cockcroft.
Roft.
Yeah. Remember whenever I...
Boring.
Yeah, well, people, I don't know. They can't get offended by that because your last name is Cockcroft. But, and Rooster
They could
Croft.
get offended by that.
They
People
could-
get
could-
offended by anything.
Yeah, I know. They get offended by a lot nowadays.
Hey, you're not the boss of them. They could be offended if they
Hey,
want.
no, you can't. If you don't agree with me, then I'm not talking to you.
Then change.
I'm just kidding.
Now.
That is a joke.
Yeah.
If you don't agree with me, then enjoy being wrong all the time. That's
Yeah,
all I'm
right.
saying.
I
Yeah,
suffer from secondhand sarcasm.
We miss you too,
You-
Steve O'Mickey Mac
You look
McAllister.
like you're
Hello, Pam
suffering. I
Whiting.
can tell.
secondhand sarcasm.
Here I am wearing my
I
work
know
shirt.
You're like,
That was a really bad. It sounded more like a hen.
I'm covering up your tats with my checks.
No, I don't mind you covering up
He's
the
got
tats.
the sleeve, and I've got sleeveless sleeve. You got
Yeah.
sleeves without sleeves.
Yeah, I keep my tats covered too.
Yeah, you don't have any tats.
You don't?
No.
You kind of, to me, you gave that vibe like you probably had, like
No, he has none.
mom with a heart. One of those.
He has enough scars and bruises in his life to, those, scars.
few.
Yeah.
I never found one that I really wanted.
The results are in.
Yep.
The
That meant
results have
something.
been determined, and the prizes have some yet to be claimed.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
And some have been claimed.
Yeah. Like.
Well, they claimed it when they.
Yeah.
They have yet to be received.
Well, I mean,
in
yeah.
some
Well,
cases.
it won't take long. Most of them have been. Not everything was bid on.
Yes, we got these lovely dolls of with the ice girl from Disney. Who's that?
Who is it?
The
Malachi?
Frozen girl. Yes, doesn't she have a name? Elsa.
Elsa.
We got them Elsa dolls. I
know-
can't believe those didn't.
You
just
can't
go
get them
like crazy.
elsewhere.
Yeah,
Talk to someone, Elsa.
and she sings.
It's a singing doll.
What's the minimum bid on those?
I don't know.
I didn't see.
Steve O'Mickey Mac says, "What's up, Jay?"
Hey, Steve-O. Yo, Steve.
He had
Where you been,
he
bro?
had
We
surgery
need you.
last Tuesday in a very non-surgical friendly area of his body, so
But he's doing better.
he's doing way better.
What's the young man's name again?
Malachi.
Hey, Malachi,
come on
can
up
you
here.
grab that envelope 618 in front of that doll and tell me what the minimum bid price is?
Thank you, sir. Make yourself useful. What does it say?
Oh, and he just walks
Whoa.
right in front of the
He's
camera.
here.
Hey, all
He's
right,
there.
good job. He
He-
didn't
he
even
got
pay no attention.
$7 for the Elsa doll. Minimum
That's a minimum bid. But I don't know what the
That's
rules
it?
are with that.
I can't believe that those didn't go.
7.
Yeah,
Those will be
$7.
collectibles. Those are collectibles.
They're going to be. Clearly, they will be someday.
We'll have to talk to Jim and find out how that's going to work.
Yeah, we don't know if
we
those
don't
all
know.
go back to somebody or
Yeah, we
what.
don't know. We don't know just yet.
But I think we should.
He just walked right in front of the camera.
I like
love
yeah,
that.
that's
I
funny.
won't tell you. I will show
Thank
you.
you, by the
I'll
way.
show you what that bit is.
Thank you.
Malachi, come here. You can grab this and watch. It's okay.
Unless he's wanting to sleep.
Then you can go back to sleep.
He's
You can
peeling.
rewind and
This
see
is-
yourself
this is
walk
what's
across
going
the.
on. You can take a
He's
look at
peeling that
yourself.
orange you gave him for breakfast.
I think I'm going to get
Yep.
orange peel on the phone.
We have orange peels.
That's right. Did you know that citrus oil that comes out of an orange peel is flammable?
Yes, because I used to squish that and make the
Little bitty little spits of fire.
candles. Fun.
Yep. It reminds me of the tops of the oil drills,
Yes.
the oil fields,
Yeah.
Yeah.
where they
yeah.
pump it and the natural gas burns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
that's
natural
what it reminds
gas.
me
You
of.
mean the oil burns?
No, oil is
Naturally.
accompanied with natural gas. So the
Naturally.
porous stone holds natural gas.
So is a high fiber diet. But
Yeah.
sorry. That's
That's actually
Wait a minute,
really
what?
funny.
I think I missed
It
it.
was worth a louder laugh.
it's like natural gas is accompanied by natural gas. I said so is a high fiber diet.
Oh, I get it. Right. I've produced a lot of natural gas in my lifetime.
Protein has a tendency of doing that too. So lots of protein. I'm eating about 300 grams of protein a day, give or take.
Really? I don't
Yeah.
know what 300 grams is.
Plant based and meat based.
How many ounces is that? That's
Well, I mean,
Is that
that's throughout the day. I eat 6 times a day.
is that a typical amount, or is that more or less than what's normally consumed?
I'm not sure. I'll have to talk to my health and wellness coach about that.
we got to see if they'll allow us to keep. We could. I mean,
Keep
we.
buying stuff.
Is your-
Well, I mean, we could take
Could we-
each show, take a few moments to highlight one of
Yeah.
the things that did not sell.
Yeah.
Why not?
Well, it didn't sell. It was a gift for the highest.
Is it okay?
right.
Is it okay
That
to keep
didn't-
bidding on?
My
You're right.
terminology is really wrong, and I hope that doesn't.
It might offend people that.
Okay,
are
so
into
we can't sell them
terminology.
just yet.
He said sell.
All the items were donated to Axe Ministry, and he's going to be asking the board of directors the best way to sell them.
Gotcha.
And you
So
said
as
sell.
soon as we find out, yeah, well, I mean we can.
Sell is now okay.
Yeah, well, I mean it's not a raffle. It's not a raffle because we don't have a gaming license.
Right. Well, I wasn't talking about.
I know. I was just explaining why.
Oh, because I referred to the ones that did.
He's going to pull
how
the
you gonna
board.
say it?
He's
It's a
going
good thing they didn't sell because we can't sell them.
He's going to pull the board on your idea. He's going to pull the board on your idea, and he can do that via text message.
I think that's
They're
a good
gonna
idea.
do it on a Zoom call, and everybody raises their hand on the Zoom call.
All the eyes raise your
one
hand.
thing I saw a lot of those classes, the students that are that were in the Zoom classes or whatever, they would change their name to Connecting, and then the screen would go black and say Connecting, so they wouldn't have to do anything. So the teacher would think that they had a bad connection. And now there's like these videos of like, well, yeah, like whenever you're doing a Zoom call,
Yeah.
and you can have your name up on the front, they would put a black background and hit ... connecting, just like
Oh my gosh,
just like it's connected, and they wouldn't have to do anything.
that's
They
great.
just sit there.
That is awesome.
And I watched a video. This lady had like 25 students on this
They're
big Zoom
connecting.
call, right? And she turned around to do something, and all but one of them changed their name to Connecting at the same time.
Oh,
So she
man.
turns around, and like only one kid has a screen up, and all the rest of them say Connecting.
Oh.
So
The perils of technology.
now they had an app in China. Was it Wuhan, I believe?
I don't know.
It was there was an app so that children would still have to do their schoolwork,
While they
And-
were at home. Right.
and they spammed the app store that they use there with 1 ratings, number one, not number 1
star.
1-star ratings, and got them to take the app off of the app store.
Yeah.
So
We
kids
call
are
them-
smart. Kids are really good about trying to find ways to get around and
Geniuses.
get away with stuff.
We call it one star, not Wuhan.
What's the?
That's great.
What do you
an
think
idea.
about them taking away Elmer Fudd's guns?
Elmer Fudd's guns.
What?
When did they do
you heard
this?
about this? You didn't hear about this?
Who?
The new Looney Tunes is now producing material with Elmer Fudd gunless. He is a hunter without a gun.
Well, that's stupid.
His whole theme
I'm
is
sorry. Hang on. Let me
What are they
shoot.
going to give him? Dynamite?
yeah, guns are just too dangerous for children to be watching.
Sorry. Just
Elmer
stop,
Fudd.
people.
I
That's all I'm
know.
saying.
It just doesn't stop. It's like nothing is sacred. Nothing has to be. Everything has to be stepped on
They should
by
s-
somebody's new interpretation.
Yeah.
Defund the police. Take away Elmer Fudd's gun. All of this stuff is leading to what?
Somebody's
Absolutely-
fighting. Well, what somebody's doing is indoctrinating the public, the new generations, into believing something that will turn them into defenseless
They're wanting
citizens.
To, they're wanting
Paranoid-
to
paranoid
Yes.
citizens.
They're wanting to
Yes.
disarm the nation's citizens.
And then psychologically, later in life, they will run into that conflict of their own self-identity when the time comes that
and Yosemite Sam's pistols.
the very powers that
That's
gave
what
them everything they wanted
Schultz.
when they were young are the powers that will be trying to take everything they've earned when they're old, and they won't like that, but they'll have no way of defending themselves. And at that point, it'll be too late.
Well, I'm not watching
defenseless-
any of those. I watch all the old Looney Tunes.
Looney Tunes has now become loony.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, what's the guy that played all the voices of Looney Tunes?
Mel Blanc. He was a genius.
Yes!
And his son carried on the tradition.
I think it has to do. I honestly think that it may be China. I think China had such a long-term plan for domination. Like so, China doesn't think in 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. They think in
Generation.
stages as to whatever time it takes for that stage to complete. And so they use the tools of the other governments around the world that are not communist against those countries by on a long term. So that whoever follows Xi will assess how far they've come on their plan and then take the role that he has to take to implement the next stage. Because believe it or not, they believe they're right, that it's the right way. And managing 3 billion people or 1.5 billion people, however many
Yeah.
billion people they have in their
That's
country.
a lot of peeps, man.
It's a lot of people to manage, and they feel like this is the right way to manage population.
What have we got? Like 300 and some odd million here in the
Yeah,
United
350 million, something like that.
Yeah.
I'm flashing this around, but
You know,
I just
6 months ago, half of them were all employed. Half of them were employed.
Let me tell you about
That is
real
true.
quick. Let me tell you about perception and the media. Like even on Facebook media, someone had posted a thing talking about how more people in Texas got COVID-19 than in Germany, and then they posted the size of Texas over like the entire country of Europe there, and it fits over like a whole bunch of it. So Texas is bigger than all. Of course, they're going to have more COVID-19 cases than
Sure.
those areas because there's more people.
Yeah.
You ever been to Texas? That's like it's a completely different country almost.
They do have a sarcastic joke about that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and everything in
The
Texas
Republic
has
of
the state of
Texas.
Texas on it, like supersized stuff or whatever.
Sure.
Biggie, you know, they call it Texas size.
yeah, people are concerned because they got these big economy things that are going bad.
Yeah,
They're going bad. And I was going to say something, and then I lost it. It's like,
you were going to talk about this something in there.
well, there is something in here. This was the last presidential election, and a man wrote this book, and I helped him with it. Did some illustrations and dumbed it down, made it a third grade kind of comic book.
Is it a pop-up book?
It should be. I don't know if anyone remembers. Probably a lot of the viewers here remember Hollywood Squares TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a game show, and we thought it'd be neat to have a presidential debate on a Hollywood Squares format.
That's genius.
Yeah, that would
And then
be
they
funny.
buzz them when they, have the answer, and they give them 30 seconds or whatever, so
Yeah,
it
yeah.
doesn't ramble. Back in 2016, the debates were going on and on because there wasn't a coronavirus in our face to interrupt it.
Yeah.
So they just ramble. But we thought about how fun that would be, and there's a lot of fun little illustrations in there.
Don't.
You know. But the simple answer was there's no simple answer. We recommended that voters really get to know who their candidates are, and we looked up every candidate, and we found very little we could find out about how they voted. It was impossible.
Yeah.
How do they vote on issues? It's buried in Senate Bill 1135. You can't find it.
Yeah.
Nobody will know. So you can hide your vote. You don't know how your congressman votes. You don't know how your
Yeah,
representative
see, I don't
votes.
think that's appropriate.
Well,
Because
if
they're
you-
not representing you. If
they
you
can
can't
say
find
they
out how
voted a
vote.
certain way, but if you can't prove it. So
Right.
they could dodge.
They can not be held accountable.
I don't know if there's a system that can hold everyone accountable to the level that we want. Obviously, we're talking about police accountability.
It's clearly a power thing. It's all about the power. So they want to keep and maintain power, and they want to make the power in this country, instead of an elective thing, they want to make it an what's that called when you pass something down?
Hand
Or-
off the torch. No,
or-
the baton.
Right. Right.
You're handing.
They want to pass it down. They want it to be inherited instead of elected.
Yes, yeah.
And so they want to maintain power that way, and that's not that's I mean, otherwise what's the purpose?
Yeah, it must be all about the power struggle. Our people want power, and people don't understand the influence they would have without leaders. The influence would be
Yeah.
chaos. Go right ahead. Take a look.
And that's the point. I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to indoctrinate these new generations into believing that they are represented.
Yeah.
And they're using psychology to do it. Look, if you don't want if you don't want shootings, you have to get rid of guns.
Yeah.
Which isn't really how it works.
No.
Because as we've seen in the recent news and all that stuff, people were using rocks. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody was badly injured just by being pushed. You know, it doesn't take a gun to hurt people. But if a government takes all the guns from the people and then still has guns, you know, how can you defend yourself? How can you defend yourself against the government that does become tyrannical? I think the tyrannical plan is already there, but they can't implement it because we have guns.
We're
so they want
armed
to take
to the
them.
teeth.
And what that plan is, we're not being told.
To the
And-
twofers.
And trust me, just in the same way they want to hide how they vote, is the same way their plan that they're waiting to implement is ready. They already know what it is.
So Pam Whining won that basket over there.
Did she?
Yeah. You know, she bid on it and got it. And it has a decal that goes on your glass.
Uh-huh.
And I think regardless, I'm going to have one made or look it up and try to get one. And it has a picture of a gun. It says, I carry a gun. I carry a gun because I can't throw a rock 1,250 feet per second. So,
Makes sense.
yeah.
Yeah. The purpose here, Axe Media Group has the ability to educate people on social issues, and that's what they do. And I'm here on rare occasions. These guys, Matt and Jay, these are the regular guys. If you haven't seen this, tune in. It's 8 to 9, Monday through Friday, called The Morning Drive. And they had a big telethon last week.
Yeah.
And this is kind of the wrapping up from that. But one of the questions that triggered a response was they took away Elmer Fudd's gun. A cartoon character loses his gun, and he's been in popular culture for decades with a gun hunting
Yeah.
a rabbit called Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
what are you
just-
gonna
But he
do?
was also represented all along as a dumb,
Very dumb.
dangerous,
Yes.
temperamental,
Reckless.
reckless.
And it also teaches you proper gun safety or how not to, use a gun.
What I learned from Elmer Fudd.
Next thing you know, they're gonna stop letting Wile E. Coyote buy stuff that rockets and stuff.
Yeah, that's true. They had a lot of TNT in that particular.
He did, and I'm starting to wonder who's in charge of research and development at Acme.
Yes,
Bomb
Acme
Corporation.
keeps getting press from them. So
yeah.
I used to think it was acne. You know, I
Yeah, so did
wondered
I.
It's like, wait a minute,
Yeah.
what do pimples have to do with it?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, especially
Always acne. I really like that one.
Sorry, somebody sent me a friend request on it.
Now, like and like and share these videos. The best way you can help us. Now, we just had a fundraiser, but the regular funding that we receive from our regular listeners, people who find the content that we put up as valuable, who tune in regularly, watch the whole programs, the support we get from them, in order to support what we do already,
Right.
needs to be 10 times as much.
Yes.
But it's difficult because they're already giving what they have to give.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That they can freely give in with, what is the word? Give freely from their heart, you know,
Yeah.
and willingly give. So that's great that we have that support. But in order to support what we already put up there, we need, if that is the rate of support we get, that people can afford to freely give, then we need 10 times as many listeners to continue to fully fund what we're already doing.
That's right.
Now, that's not the result you'll get. If we got 10 times as many viewers, we'd probably put up 10 times as much content. So what we really need you to do is not just to like and share, because of our viewership being fairly low and our media group being new. We don't have enough viewers for Facebook to push this
Right.
and for as many people to see it. So if you like and share, it's still limited to a small number of people.
Yes.
But you can like and share with somebody specific, somebody on your friends list that you know would enjoy this content, or if you view this content, and you do regularly, most of our audience does. If you see content that you think would be helpful to somebody,
Yeah.
or you know
Share
somebody
this with them.
whose perspective might
Tag them in it.
enlighten us, maybe
Tag them in it.
change our perspective a little bit, share it with them. Tag
Thank you,
them
Susan Burrows.
personally. That's the best way that you can help us. So if you can't contribute financially, we still appreciate you, and we love that you're our regular viewer and that you're benefiting from the content we put up here. But if you could share this with somebody specific, that would be
And it's
very
also
helpful.
always good to chime in with a comment like that. Maybe even something that would instill a bigger discussion,
Yes.
because that
Yep.
shows that you're involved,
Yep.
and not just saying hello, but beyond that, you're voicing an opinion.
Yeah, I like that. I'm noticing in our comment sections, we have people who are visiting with each other during the show.
Yes, yes. And that's
So-
fine. It's
Isn't that a
them
great addition
interacting.
to television? Can you
Yes.
imagine? You don't have to yell at the TV anymore.
That's right.
And not be heard.
That's right. And not be
Now
heard.
you can
Now you
type it
can
in
talk.
and somebody's
It's kinda
going to hear
like-
it.
It's like Chat TV. If you had a program on TV and you can chat live with the other viewers, imagine that's how we're doing it here with this simulcast.
Yeah.
It's a
no
great
more,
opportunity.
and no more of that. Remember the old days
Yes,
when
Steve,
you
we're
would
still
miss
on
something,
YouTube.
and you'd be like, "Oh, I'll have to see it on reruns."
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And you have
6
to wait
months.
a year,
A year,
sometimes,
yeah.
whatever.
You know, you go over to Jim and Pam Weining's house, and they've got all of our shows playing on their TV like all the time.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, you go over there, and I see our faces a lot when I'm
Uh-huh.
over there. They have it up on their smart TV.
Yeah. I'm sure they could use it in psychology class. Just play the whole thing so that they can all start to.
I think that they could
Evaluate
invest,
our-
if they could find a partnership with a sign company, put a billboard with you two guys on it with your headphones side by side and say, who are these guys? And just leave it up there.
Yeah.
And then just change the message periodically. But it would be a powerful thing. People
Yeah.
would start saying, who are these guys?
Who are these guys? Right, because the sign would suggest that
It was-
question.
Then they'd start looking for it because they don't know. And I think a lot of our viewers that don't understand, you've got drive-by viewers that are just showing up for a few seconds. Let's, like you said, Jay, just what do? You message them, hashtag. What do? You just
Yeah.
say, hey, I want you to watch this
Yeah.
and forward it to them.
I would say that, yes, definitely name somebody you think would be would
Tag
benefit
them.
from it or enjoy the content and all that. Because if we really do need our viewership to grow by 10 times.
This is an
The
education.
only way to do that is if you share it with someone specific.
Helping educate people on social issues
Yep.
with a perspective through acknowledging the Holy Spirit.
Yep.
Yeah. To come together and visit, face the hard topics, to be heard when you may not have the same or like opinion, to have people listen to you and maybe be able to assume some of your perspective that you might have on a subject, because we miss things. I mean,
Yeah.
of course we do.
Yes.
You know, I've been noticing more and more lately the psychology of what kinds of things they put up for you to view, and in the sequencing of it.
That's a very good point. Julie says Yosemite Sam is harmless compared to the video games that encourage outright violence.
Yeah. So if you look at the sequencing of the content, sometimes you might find one video, okay, might be directly addressing a social issue like guns,
Right.
right? Well, then the next video might be showing about people who are demonstrating in the streets against guns. Right? Or no, it would be, say, the next video might be one of commentary on a school shooting. Well, then the next one would be one on the people demonstrating in the streets against it.
There's different
saying-
layers of the same.
Well, then the next video would be of gun owners out marching in the streets. And the narratives would be such, like, the ending is these men hijacked, what was it, South Carolina or West Virginia, was it? They hijacked a Capitol with their guns. You know, so this is a way that they push a narrative that takes things that are connected in
Yes.
some way and uses them to tell a story. Now, all of those stories individually are true, but together in that sequence
Hey, Mike.
bring you to a conclusion based on a lie. So they use true information to deceive you, to
Yes,
make
yes,
you perceive something in a
Sure.
way that is false and does not actually represent the individual stories. And so if you start to look at the sequencing and how they're using the sequencing and the content to direct the way we think and perceive things.
Yeah, that's a big, powerful tool. Are we able to, even on the air, play a clip from something and then comment on it? Or do we just generate our own discussion on it? How does the format here work?
Here, we do what we want.
Yeah.
Can we,
We
play
do what we want.
something from the outside world and comment on it?
I think the clips have to be limited to a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm not
I
sure.
was curious because there's a lot of things that visually can grab new people's
It has to be
attention.
commentary. I think that's what it is. The rule is that it has to be commentary, so the clip can't run uninterrupted. You have
Sure.
to interrupt
Of
the clip
course.
and make commentary about it.
Well, that's exactly what I was referring to. Is that something we could do here?
I think so.
Or you guys, if
Yeah.
you had interest.
Except
in
the
that.
production of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Being prepared with
Yeah,
the clip,
yeah,
being
yeah.
pausing it at the right time, and then
Yeah.
having the discussion. Yeah. But be careful, because they are using psychology to make you think what they want you to.
Yes.
And the very people who are pushing the narratives, of course, you know, hey, look, it would be great if there wasn't a gun in the entire world. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it would only be great if governments and people alike were without those guns.
Right.
Right.
Then we go back to the the more brutal way of warfare with
That's
swords.
right.
And
So when tempers flare and people
Yes,
lose control,
yes.
and there is a legitimate reason to actually fight to the death, to do mutual mortal combat, when those things do arise, and they will,
Yes.
right?
yeah.
When those things arise, it will be more brutal. Killing somebody with a rock is much more brutal and traumatic than a gun.
I hear
Yeah, it
that.
looks like
But I
Randy
can
said
tell
that.
you, somebody tries to do something. Another thing is we don't necessarily understand psychotic people, other mental disorders, and things that cause people to do things to other people. You know, that are harmful and hurtful, and that would provoke a reaction from you that would bring you to brutality as well.
Yeah.
And the fact is that we're all capable of it. Look, entire nations have mobilized to war with ideals that they knew were wrong. But in order to be identified as one of their own and not be a victim to the brutality,
Right.
they joined. And that's the case for people in general. It's very difficult to stand up against that kind of a movement. And there's a reason for it usually, and it's a legitimate reason. And the solution may not always be one that's ideal or that is even morally good. But sometimes it may
Yeah.
seem like the only solution.
Well, I think there's a lot to be said about that with regard to this. There's a lot of racial discussion, and people want to do the right thing.
Yeah.
They want equality. They want justice.
Right.
But the way they mete it out, the way they transfer that justice need, feels unjust to a lot of people because of destruction.
Yeah.
So we want justice, so we're going to destroy somebody else to get justice. Doesn't make sense. So then they back
That's
up and say,
vigilante.
now it reverses itself, and now it looks like it's going in reverse, and then they try another tack, and then they bring up something else. So it looks like there's still injustice.
Yeah.
There's still
Unfortunately,
inequality.
I hate to cut us off short, but it is time for us to get out of here.
It is.
All right.
Time flies when you're having fun.
So be careful what you're listening to.
Yeah, it can
And
go-
don't assume that these videos are all individual videos that are not related to one another. They are feeding you a narrative through the videos and the relationship of those videos to each other, and they're putting them in sequences that bring you to a conclusion they want you to come to.
All right. Yeah. When do they watch Johnny Rooster? What time is that?
Friday at from 9 to 9:30.
All right.
So I'd like to thank everybody for joining us on the Morning Drive today. We will be back on tomorrow, same time, same channel. Be sure and tune in next for The Spirit in America with Randy Barr. Randy Barr. It's going to be fun. Who is now, I believe, he is now permanently in this time slot.
Yes. Hey, Randy.
Hi, Randy. So, until then, my friends, God bless you and keep you. We love you. My name is Matt,
My name is Jay.
Johnny Rooster.
and this has been
The
The
Morning
Morning
Drive.
Drive.